I know for some people you might feel like we're being a little redundant or base level, but we've noticed that a lot of people are kind of getting lost in the sauce. So we want to make sure that we are putting it on a level to which people understand, because again, it doesn't help you if you don't understand. And so I want to make sure that you understand, because someone had to make sure that I understand. So I'm going to make sure that you understand, because I understand that society as a whole is not catering to you. And I want to cater to you. We want to cater to you to make sure that you're getting the information that you need so that your business can be successful. A lot of the things that we look at as money moves is because, again, while you're looking at ways to make money, you want to make sure that your overhead costs are not super expensive. So you want to look at things that if you do purchase, is it going to cost you a lot of money to upkeep these things so that you can upkeep this business? And so we like to look for low overhead cost. I'll pay a higher cost in whole if I know that maintaining it won't cost a whole lot. And that will get a larger return is going to be significant. Right. So you want to look at the entire picture when you're looking into business. I know in a couple of past videos we've talked about going into things that you love. I'm not against going against the things that you love. Urban as fuck is a thing that I love. Urban as fuck is not my money maker.
Right.
Urban as fuck makes some money, but it is not my money maker. So we want to make sure that you guys understand that you want to also read what's going on around you. What can you adapt? What can you absorb? What can you create a money opportunity out of based on the need of everything around you? Just like COVID came out, niggas was dropping out masks like nobody's business, right? Because people are like, everybody's selling masks. Well, yeah, because there's a need for masks.
Right.
If you can't go anywhere out of your house without having a mask, anybody selling a mask is a genius.
Right.
Because they have to have them. People are going to buy them.
Right.
So these are opportunities.
Masks are the way. Oh, that's a dope mask.
Right. And now masks are like another way of like personal identity. Like they match their outfits. Mine match my outfits. And I want to make sure that I feel cute when I'm wearing my mask.
So crazy.
Right. And so these are opportunities to capitalize during these times. You take something that you already do, especially if you sell clothes and things. Selling masks is just a variation of that. And so we want to make sure that you're looking at it like that as an opportunity to make money. So kudos to everybody who's out here selling masks, because I just don't like businesses that require me to ship things.
Yeah. But one thing I got in regards to money moves is don't be afraid to make that investment in yourself, in your business. Like we said, we dropped $10,000 to make $20,000 a month. You know, and that return was in what, 60 days. Literally 60 days. And like I was shaking like shit, like $10,000. I don't know, but I'm a trust the process, and I did it, and that's what happened.
You made $20,000 in that first month.
Yeah. So especially for those of you who have businesses, don't be afraid, you know, to spend money to get your business to the next level. You can't be afraid, or you're gonna be stuck where you are forever. If you cool with that, then fine.
If you're cool with making enough money to just sustain, I know that people have different goals. We know that people have different objections to. They have different goals as it pertains to where, you know, they want their money to fall. Okay, We're not saying everybody has to be out here trying to make $100K a month, or everybody has to be out here trying to make $100K a year. Some people are okay with just making a comfortable amount to sustain, and that's okay. And we're not saying there's anything wrong with that. But if you're not okay with what you're making, if you want to be making more, if there is something else or another hurdle you are trying to overcome financially, then you really need to start looking at the way you're spending your money and your business money, because there are always going to be opportunities to grow, but it's not going to just appear. I mean, it will just appear, but it's not. You're going to have to spend some money. And anything that's worth having is going to cost some money.
Right.
Just like, you know, last week, you know, we had this video in regards to our business credit, and we had a couple of people who went ahead and took advantage of that, and kudos to you.
Kudos to you for taking action.
Because business credit is one of those things that's going to make money available to you. Right. Business credit is not going to... And let me explain a little bit more about business credit, because I know we talked about it in our last live, but we've had a couple of people send us messages, and they needed a little bit more information about, you know, what exactly it does. And so business credit, it acts as personal credit for your business. So your business is the entity. Your business is the applicant. The business is the reciprocant of that money. Okay? And so it'll give you higher amounts of money. So a personal loan, I might get approved for $1,000, right? Business loan might get approved for $500,000. I mean,
Be nice.
$50,000 or $100,000 for large business moves that you want to make, right? And not only will they give you significantly more money, but they'll also give it to you with a very, 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 very low APR, right? Have you ever applied for a credit card, right? And your credit card says, oh, you missed one payment, and your APR goes up to what, like 28%? Or 29%, right? This is pretty standard for people who are starting out in personal credit. They'll give you a very, very high APR. Or if your credit's not amazing and you'll get a vehicle and you'll have double-digit APR because you don't have established credit, right? Well, by using your business, once that business have established that credit, that business transaction will allow your APR to be in the single digits.
Not touching your personal.
This is not attached to your social security number. This is not attached to anything personal on you. It'll be attached to your EIN, which is the purpose of your EIN, because it's a social security number for your business. That's the easiest way to explain it. It's a social security number for your business. So we start to create business revenue, right? Business credit. So then when you make transactions, so like for me, well, I don't have it right now because I've actually added myself to my fiance's phone line now. But initially when I opened my phone line, it was not a phone line for me. It was a phone line for my business. And so that gave me the opportunity, one, to not pay anything up front. I didn't have to pay any money when I opened the account. I paid it because I wanted to pay it, but I didn't have to pay anything up front. And I also had up to 15 lines to add on my phone line at a significantly lower rate because I'm on a business contract. And so things like this will open up opportunities for you to save money, which is what we all trying to do.
Right.
Okay? Now,
And not have it
we
attached to
talked
your
about the ability to write things off, right? Phone bills, if you are conducting any type of business electronically, anyway, nobody should be paying for their personal phone bill or their phone bill with personal money.
If you have a business and you use
have a
your
business,
phone to make
Everybody
calls
uses a phone
for that.
because
Right.
if you're using Facebook, you're using Snapchat,
I send invoices
you're
from
using
my phone.
PayPal. I don't know too many people who go all the way home to pull up their PayPal on their computer to send an invoice to somebody.
Right.
I don't know anybody. So if you're
Or somebody send you a text, yo, how much this gonna cost?
right,
Well,
or a Facebook Messenger, or an
That it
Instagram
becomes
message,
a business
or
expense
Twitter
right there.
message, and so it's already a business expense. And so when you structure it as a business expense, you pay less money for it.
right.
You know, you get more perks and benefits for it being a business. And this is what we're trying to like get y'all into the habit of doing. This is what we want y'all to be doing. Okay. So this is what the importance of business credit is, because in the long run, if nothing else, you hear nothing else, having business credit saves you money.
Gives you access to more money.
And saves you.
Even with personal credit, you know, say you want to buy a house, you get a mortgage. I mean, you have to leverage your credit in order to get access to that, you know, whatever the cost of your house is. So the mortgage is putting up that full amount, that $100-something thousand, however much your house costs, you know, putting up that money up front for you, and you're just paying the bank back. The bank is spending that money, you're paying them back, you're leveraging their money, you know, to get your house. And then you have, you know, your monthly fee that you pay every single month to pay it off. So same thing when it comes to business credit. It just opens you up to access to more funding. It's pretty much the same. It's not the same, but it is kind of how it operates, you know, in business credit.
How it
personal
operates,
credit.
but setting it up. Setting it up is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, setting it up and building it is different. The scoring model is totally different than what it would be for your personal credit. It's a lot harder to build business credit, especially if you don't know what you're doing. It does take time, like personal as well. But it can be done in a matter of 4 or 5 months, especially if you don't have any. Some of y'all, if you've had your business register for a while, you may have some business credit established. You just didn't know. I know for my first company, you know, we just passed 6 years, but my Thank you, baby.
Congratulations,
This is the past
baby.
6 years for my first business that I opened 6 years ago, and I didn't even know, coming in once I started researching about business credit and everything, I didn't even know that I had some established. And like, oh, you got this many inquiries on it, you got that. I'm like, damn, really? I didn't even know.
And having that business, tell them how that business helped you start your other businesses, though, because I don't think they understand how you can use one business to build another business.
Right, so I opened my first business 6 years ago, GCA Elite Sports Management. Of course, under that business, I've managed multiple other people's businesses and a plethora of other businesses and services for myself.
I need you to understand, I know that Great Financial is new for y'all to see, but Kiera been about this, okay? She taught me a lot of this along the way, and, luckily that I like to talk, I was able to bring this information to you guys, and I had to tell her, I'm like, people don't know this. Like, she knew this, but I didn't know this, and I knew that so many other people didn't know this. And so she's been doing this for a very long time, which is why it's so important that I want y'all to really hear how she's been doing this. So I'm sorry, baby.
All right, so I'll give y'all the spiel. So I started my first company, GCA, 6 years ago. From there, I partnered with a couple other partners, in which my company was one of the owners of those businesses. But then still from there, the money that I generated there, I was able to take that money and invest in my art. I started doing my artwork. That gave me more money than GCA. One thing I can say, when you have multiple businesses, if you're like me, like your focus is where the money's at. So I can say for me with that business, my mind shifted, my focus shifted more towards what was bringing in the money. So I focused on my art, had my my fitness, everything going with GCA. So then I had my art coming, and then that was bringing in even more money. So then just from having, and I wasn't even paying myself at the time. I know it's a lot of you who may not be paying yourself. It is, very important to pay yourself. But when, you just got to have a set your goals with what you want to do with your business. That way you know how much you need to set to the side and how much you can reciprocate from yourself. I can say one thing that I did do, I didn't pay myself. Unfortunately, I didn't pay myself, but what I did, well, I guess I can say I did pay myself, because what I did is I took that money and I invested in starting other businesses for myself. Yeah. So then when it came time for, Great Financial, our initial investment into getting training, for credit repair and things like that was about $800, $797, and they was like, you got it? Because I ain't got it.
Y'all,
you act like you ain't got it.
Let me tell you something, because she asked me, and she told me that I showed her this course about getting into, like, officially, teaching people about credit and things. Like, she already knew a lot of the information, but, like, setting it up in a foundation to where we could teach it. And I saw it, and I really wanted her to do it, and I told her about it. So she found it, there was the prices, and she came to me, and I was on the couch, and she was like, I really want to take this course. Do you think it's worth the investment? And I was like, okay, well, how much is it? And then she told me it was the $797, and I was like, I mean, do you have $797? Because I don't have $797 to give you. And she was like, yeah, I got $797. I was like,
oh really? Why don't I have it?
Right, right. So, I mean, of course, like, you got it. Your business is comfortable. It wasn't coming out of our money. It was coming out of her previous businesses that had already, existed. So I was like, I mean, yeah, go ahead, do that. Right. And she was able to do that. And in less than a year, we've been able to capitalize it to making, $20K a month.
Right. From that $790. So
from that $700
that came from a business that I previously had. I was just setting money aside. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it yet. My goal wasn't clear at that point in regards to, where I wanted my business to go in the long run. That's one thing that I didn't do, but I mean, luckily it worked out for me. It's not gonna work out like that for everybody. I'm just gonna, not pay myself, keep all this money to the side, and then, boom, there's the money maker right there. You gotta have calculated moves. Pray about the moves before you do it, because you best believe.
I don't think we knew we would be in finance.
I honestly, I didn't.
When we first started talking
really
and dating, we were talking about, her art.
I was a little scared about this. I was like, she about to spend up all of my money.
I don't know. I just saw something. Like, I don't think she really understood the value in teaching people about finances because she always had it. She always had it. And so when she would talk to me, like, we'd be sitting over dinner and we'd be talking about it, and I'm just like, people don't know this. Like, that's why I have to, like, stop her sometimes and, like, break it down because I know I didn't know. And so I understand. And so, like, when it got to the point to where, like, there was an opportunity for her to, like, create a business off of it, I was like, yeah, like, do it. Like, you already know the information. You're just basically going to figure out a way to, like, genuinely give it to people in a way that's helpful.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to think twice about it. I was like, yeah, go ahead and spin the bag.
Yeah. So, yeah, that money for that one course, like I said, came from...
She trying to say we both balance each other out.
I know, right?
We really do, because I'm definitely more of the spontaneous one, and I'm like, drop bag.
And I'm like, let's think about this.
Which is great, because when I do have a great idea for us to spend money on, she has the money to spend it.
Right, because if it was up to her, she'd be dropping bags on every goddamn thing.
All the time, drop a bag.
Let's talk about it. Let's reel it back in. Let's bring it back to the drawing board. Which is why I had the $797 investment that I could make. Which is why we had the $10,000 investment that we could make.
I am still the work in progress, guys. I really am just the voice box of a lot of this. I'm still learning a lot. Kiera is still educating me a lot. But I just want to make sure that I make it very clear that, like, Kiera is so knowledgeable in these areas, and I'm starting to learn more, which means I can teach you guys more. And it's super exciting to get to a place where you're helping millennial Black people thrive and accomplish financial freedom. I think that is one of my favorite things, and I think helping people with the SBA, it was really hard to, like, shout out people because nobody wants you to know how much money they got.
Right.
Right. We don't want to disrupt people's balance of what they announce for people. But, we had clients that were walking away with 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand in SBA funding. And granted, again, we really strive to work with businesses that really have a very clear business model and are working towards doing whatever they need to do on a business realm to make sure that they are meticulous in efforts, so that there's no repercussions in the back end, okay? But we had people who were getting that kind of money back, and then turning around and enrolling in the business programs so that we can help build their credit now with that money so that they can turn that 20, 40 grand into 100 and 150 grand.
Right.
To be able to invest in properties. Because, here in Atlanta, if you want to buy a whole rundown place to flip, you spending at least 100 grand.
Literally. Yeah.
And so a lot of people that we had wanted to get into that market. And so being able to open up that kind of funding for them was optimal, because you take that 45, 50 grand, go half on someone to buy a property here. You flip a property in Atlanta that you buy for 100 grand. People are selling them for $450,000.
Yeah.
Just 3 times
tiny ass house
for the small house, just so just to have an Atlanta address.
Yeah.
And so to be able to help businesses get to that level was really satisfying, because it's a huge money investment for them. Like, to be able to go from 20, 50 grand to 150, 200 grand split, both of them get 250 grand.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Especially when you got multiple businesses. So multiple businesses investing, multiple businesses, acquiring funding for a business. Shit.
How long have we been on here?
Too long.
I feel like we've been ranting to death, honey. Oh, it's time for us to go, y'all. Look, I think we gave y'all a lot of sauce in this video. Have you given them a lot of sauce today? I think we gave them a lot of sauce today.
Drop those green horns.
And now I do want to reiterate, we do still have the business program available to help with
business program.
Business.
We got a business program. What business?
We have the business credit program. So we are helping businesses build business credit, and by that we technically is your paydex score, which is your credit score for your business. and we give you 8 accounts, which is 8 active accounts. You're responsible for paying on those accounts.
Of course, we ain't paying no bills.
But the way we structure it is that any accounts that we open up, they align with whatever your business objective is, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have a business that requires you to have an office or office space, we're going to align you with accounts that'll be able to give you things for that office space. That way, things that you're already going to be buying, why not use those things to build your credit? And that's how we're structuring the program to give you that. And this can help you get 50 to 100K in account funding for your business.
Now, we did have someone misunderstand our last video. This does not mean that we are not guaranteeing you that we're going to get you $50,000. No, you have to build your business credit first before you can even get approved for something like that. So your business credit has to be established before that, unless you're using your personal credit. And pretty much at that point, you know, you're the personal guarantor for the funding. Nobody wants to do that. God forbid, you know, the pandemic hits hard, you know, like pandemic's hitting everybody hard, especially businesses, and you go bankrupt, something like that, you know, your business goes bankrupt. You as a person, as an individual, all your assets are protected. You're not going bankrupt, the business, and you just change the damn name, register another business, doing the same shit, and you're okay.
And I think a lot of people are like, you know, I don't need the fundings. Remember, we were talking in the beginning, if you are in a place where you're comfortable and you don't need any more money, then, you know, you're good. And then other people...
That's insinuating that you're comfortable with the revenue that you're making now and you don't want to make no more money.
No,
I don't think nobody wants to do that. But if that's what floats your boat, I mean, by any means.
You know. But if you do... are looking at opportunities to make more money and you might not know where to spend that money, the objective is to build your credit, right? Because this is what we're thinking of. Say, if we want to compare it to something, say you have personal credit, right? And you have a 800 credit score. You've now built your credit, you have an 800 credit score. You don't want a house right now because you haven't found a house that you like. Mm-hmm. But
you're okay in the house that
you're okay where you at. You don't have any obligations to buy a new house. You're good, right? And then something in your life changes. You need to relocate, you need to move, and you're like, man, I need a house. And since I'm getting a new house, I might as well get a house that I love. So then you go to this new state, this new town, you find this beautiful house that costs more than what you are paying in your current house, but you have the credit to back you, right? So now you have a situation that does not have to be deferred for 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year, because you've already done the required prerequisite of building your credit. So then you just walk in there, you're like, boom, I got an 800 credit score. This is the house that I want. Boom, here's what I need to do.
And we don't go to lenders on a hope and a prayer.
And a hope and a prayer. We walk in there
confident. I just want to know how much y'all gonna give me.
And that's exactly what we're doing with your business. And so even if you don't have the money that you want to spend right now, or you don't have a plan on what you want to spend your money on right now, building that business credit now will give you the opportunity that when something does present itself, you're like, okay, boom, you need me to have how much money for this investment? You need to have it by when? Boom. I would like to apply for a loan in this amount, and I would like to have it by this time here. Boom, boom, boom. You've now been approved for money.
Run me my check.
Give me my check so I can go ahead and make this investment. And that's what it does. You know, we're not saying you have to go out and blow the check as soon as you get it, or you have to start applying for funds as soon as you get it. You want to make sure that you're being strategic, but you want to make sure that you can be included in the conversation. I am very impressed when people call us and invite us to 20,000 money moves, okay? And they're like, this is the down payment for the opportunity. And I'm like, okay, we have 20K. We can participate. And so
especially if it's gonna make me $100.
Being included in those conversations is important, and so to be included in those, you have to be very strategic with the way that you're moving things. We do have a couple of comments.
All I saw was Monstera come up, and I was instantly annoyed with whoever did it. Whoever did that.
I think Ashley put that.
Nah, it wasn't Ashley. It wasn't Ashley.
I'm here for the Monstera. Yes, the Monstera Deliciosa. This is cheese.
You already introduced cheese.
Yes,
you late.
But assuming Corey was not here. So Corey, this is cheese. And I've also propagated cheese. And so I have an Asiago, I have a mozzarella, I have a cheddar, And in my bedroom, I also have a Gruyere.
Who is this?
Gruyere. So they're all named after their mom cheese, and they have cheese names. So Gruyere is in my room because he's my favorite. So yes, hi Queso. I love you guys so much. You guys are fantastic. Feel free to pan over to it, please. Oh yes. Oh, here you go, guys. You guys want to see cheese? That's cheese. Look at that leaf.
I'm trying not to bump into it before I get in trouble, but
y'all, I know y'all appreciating cheese. Look at that.
All right, darling.
Cheese actually has a new leaf coming in right here. If you guys can see.
Girl,
here is cheese's new leaf that's coming. It'll be here soon, guys. So that's cheese. I'm so glad that you guys were here and in a place able to meet. It is Monstera Monday.
No, get out of the face.
I forgot.
We're gonna go.
It's Monstera Monday. It's Monstera Monday. Corey, you're my new favorite person. Oh my God. Yes.
Really, Ashley? Y'all gonna egg this shit on, right?
I forgot. It's Monstera Monday. Where literally people post pictures of.
We're on Money Move Monday right now.
Also Money Move Monstera Monday.
Money Move
Monstera Monday. From now on, all of our money moves will have cheese in the video so that we can appreciate and show tribute to Monstera Mondays.
See, our viewers are going down now that y'all talking about plants.
Well,
y'all want to have y'all own little plant live.
Whatever. Corey, your
but it's green, so money moves, whatever. We'll take it.
That really is all we have for you guys today. That was the bulk of the information. Please make sure you guys share this video because we did go into detail about the differences between liabilities and assets, what a money move is. This is going to be like the foundation video so that people know what to expect on money moves, because when y'all do come next week for our money moves,
bring your money moves.
We are going to be ready for your money moves.
We want to empower each other to do more, to invest in ourselves, invest in our communities, our people. Let's get it, y'all. It's enough money in this world to go around for everybody to eat. Especially so we trying to eat. We want everybody to eat. Ashley dropped the link for the business credit. I don't quite know how to pin this. So how you do it?
Ashley I am pinning our comment now. So there is a pinned comment which allows you to get into our business program.
Business credit program.
Business program. Sorry, we do have a business program that will help you secure SBA funding, which is going to be ending at the end of this year.
September 30th.
September 30th. So it ends September 30th. So for anyone who has not secured their SBA funding, we can help you do that as well. There's only a $299 retainer, and then we take 10% of whatever you get. But that 10% will be applied to that $299 as well, so then we'll factor that back. So
just the difference,
whatever the difference is. And then we also have a business credit program, which will help you build your business credit profile, which is your PAYDEX score, which will allow you to build credit for your business so that you can
get access to unlimited supply, because your credit's going to be so superb.
This is a great leg to lay your teeth into, because it's something that might position you for an opportunity later.
Yeah. Especially with that, like me, I run all of my businesses through it. Because that means we have 6 businesses. We get, if each business get access to $50,000 in funding, you do the math.
And again, the SBA loans are all giving everybody 3.5 APRs. And I don't think you guys understand what that means, because as a Black business owner, we are most likely to be denied for business funding. Again, because a lot of us are attaching this to our our personal Social Security numbers and our personal credit or whatever the case may be. And due to our upbringings, our culture, and the way that we are around money, a lot of us do not have the same personal expertise when it comes to credit. So we are definitely outshadowed in this area. So establishing that business credit can really be the difference in between you really getting approved, which is why I really want people to spend more time educating themselves on the business credit front, because this is something that can really help overcompensate for the fact that we do not get approved for business loans, because you should be. You have a great business, you have great ideas. I see you on my timelines all the time. So this is an opportunity for you guys to grow.
So let's get it. Let's get this money. Let's grow our businesses. Let's grow ourselves. And do the damn thing.
So share this video. Tag your friends. Feeling fancy, you know, whoever tags the most people on this live by tomorrow at this time, we're going to go ahead and send out a $50 to your Cash App or gift card, however is more appeasable for you. So just tag your friends. Like, we'll literally pay you for sharing knowledge, because I think it's important that we get into this comfortability of like sharing information. I think it's intimidating for people who's like, oh, you know, I can't get somewhere and also bring people with me. Like, bring as many people as you can. Tag as many.
Look, we didn't gave out jobs. We didn't gave out money. Share the knowledge, share the wealth. Just for people supporting. Like, we thank y'all.
We
seriously,
appreciate y'all
honestly,
so much.
We really do. So let's get it, y'all.
So yeah, so we'll holler at you guys next Monday for Money Moves Monstera Mondays. That's gonna be the new name. That's gonna be, yes, Money Moves Monstera Mondays will be the name of our Monday videos. We will experiment with a couple of times. We will try to announce what time those videos are, so that we make sure that you guys are present for those, to see what times are most, you know, interactive for you guys. I know you guys have families, you have jobs, you have things you have to do. So we appreciate you guys sticking in and checking in with our live with us to give you this information. If it's been helpful, drop some green hearts, tag a friend, share it so that other people can get this information. And I am going to go make dinner because my mom is in town.
Bye, y'all.
Bye! Say bye to cheese.
Oh,
bye,
Lord.
cheese.
Goodbye.